Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to Healing Body, Mind, and Soul with Aeriol. Today, I'm super excited because I'm here with my good friend, Donna. And I got to tell you, I have known Donna for years and years. I'm going to let her tell you about what she's up to. But let me just tell you, I know Donna. She has the sweetest, most beautiful heart. And I have watched her go through her own healing journey, her own healing transformation. And I've got to tell you, it's incredible. I'm not sure, Donna, how many years we've known each other. Do you even remember?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but it's been a long time. Time flies. It really
Well, thank goodness for Facebook and being able to keep up on social media that we've kept in touch, because now you are on the Healing Body, Mind, and Soul podcast with Aeriol. Take it away. Go ahead. Make sure to state your full name and tell us your company name. Tell us what you're up to in your healing journey and your healing practice.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Yes, as Aeriol mentioned, we go back way back. And I'll tell you, my first impression was, I sort of indirectly ran into her through an acupuncture appointment, and she was in the same building, and I kept looking at her like, this angel, like, I'm going to have an appointment with her. I know it. And of course, sure enough, I made an appointment and I was hooked. And so, yeah, I probably saw her every week. I mean, it was my gift to myself. Every week I went in and I saw, and I
well,
just,
you were going through a lot. You were making life changes.
I was going through a lot, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but I knew now I look back and where I was and where I am now, I was definitely embarking on my journey, or you can call it transformation, awakening, forgive the dogs. Sorry.
Is that Mr. Lincoln?
Mr. Lincoln.
Other than that, how was the show, Mr. Lincoln?
Yeah. So I embarked and didn't know that was a journey that I was embarking on. And yeah, I've gone through a lot, and and I'm grateful, actually. I didn't realize it then. A lot of difficult stuff, a lot of soul searching, a lot of healing, and where I'm at now, fast forward, I've met a lot of great people, including you, of course, but I think it started with you because you were the one that first mentioned Reiki to me. And I did, when I moved away from California, which, for those who can relate, the energy was pretty intense for me. I'm very empathic, I've learned, and very sensitive. So I needed to get out of that. I was leading a very unhealthy life professionally and personally. And yeah, I call it the brick wall came down, and I kind of, I like to, there's several different ones, but that's the one I always use, where it just broke me down to nothing. And I sort of had to find out who I was, because I realized I had lost myself over a lifetime. And I think a lot of us who can relate, you lose who you are. I was standing there not knowing who I was. What am I here for? What's my purpose in life? And that journey from that point on has been that search and trying to figure out. But what has happened is, during the journey of healing and learning, because life, in fact, that's why we're here, is always, we're going to continue to always learn. We never stop learning. But yeah, I have come a long way. And sometimes I have to remind myself, we don't give ourselves enough credit, that sometimes we think we haven't achieved much, but you really have. And progress takes time. So that's one thing a lot of us have to learn, is be patient, and things happen as they should, when they should. There are no coincidences. And so where I'm at now is, I definitely have come to the conclusion that I'm here to help other people, and I'm here to help others suffering, or embarking, or close to embarking on their journey. I have had people, the universe will talk. Once you open yourself up, it's the messages are everywhere, whether it's through nature, through a sign, there are no coincidences. Everything
Or
happens.
even unconscious people. Like
Yes.
I used to get messages to go to, I used to live close to a Safeway. This is by my office. You know exactly where I'm talking about. I lived close to there. I no longer live there, but I would get messages and I literally would be told to go to the grocery store. And I would go to the grocery store, and sometimes there would be people that I had not seen for 15 years standing at the door in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would be some random person would walk by me in the grocery store and say some like totally profound, amazing thing.
Yeah.
And if I turned and said something to them, they're like, oh, I don't know. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. And I'm like, oh my God. Or, you know, it's like how, you know, or, you know, something like that. But I, you know, you get your messages all over the place, even from Mr. Lincoln. Thank you so much for chiming in.
Yes, sorry. I live behind a golf cart path and everybody and their brother is out today. And
It's all right.
They bark at everything. But
I'm a puppy mama, so I have occasional puppy visitors on the podcast. We just have to let that be real.
Yeah. So I on that note of messages, that was what I started noticing was I would run into people, or I've joined a bunch of different things, you know, I continue to search and different healing modalities, and I've joined, you know, mindfulness book clubs, and we do meditations after. I have a weekly meditation group that I join. I have literally had people who I just met will sit and talk to me. They're drawn to me. I don't know, they're just drawn. They feel, I have had teachers and healers that I work with tell me, you have a aura about you that they feel safe. So they talk to me, and we'll be talking an hour and a half later in the parking lot still. And everything that I'm saying to them, because they're asking, I don't just shove information down their throat, you know, they'll start asking me questions, and I just speak from my journey and my own experience, and their jaws are on the floor, and they say to me, wow, you are saying everything that I'm feeling and I've gone through, but I couldn't find the words to articulate what I was going through and what I was feeling. And they would sit there, people said, I'm so grateful to have met you. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm just talking about like what I went through and how, you know, the experience of what I've had to go through. And it's amazing. I mean, complete strangers will just talk to me. And I get often told that I'm very, even from like people who do my yard will stand and go, you are just so easy to talk to. And I love that, because part of, that was just affirmation after affirmation that I already knew early on when I started working on myself, that I knew that my purpose was to help other people. And so these signs from the universe were just reaffirming, yes, Donna, this is what you're supposed to do. And how are you going to do that? Well, that's sort of like, how do I want to do that? Because there's so many different ways. What stands out for me in helping other people is exposing them to what's available. A lot of people, when I started my journey, I didn't know a lot of the healing modalities and different ways of alternative healing that was available out there, or even just healers or speakers or inspirational people out there that could help you, because everybody's journey is different, and where they go and where it takes them is different. So I don't say this is going to work for you, but this is what I read, or this book was simple and it started me thinking, and then that will lead me. I say this leads you to the next thing.
Right, like the breadcrumbs. The universe will leave you breadcrumbs if you're willing to if you're willing to look for them.
Everybody is different. It's not going to unfold the same way. It's whatever resonates with you. You sort of just start listening to that, and it will take you, and you will meet the right people at the right time. The right things will present itself, and you just got to start learning to trust. So I would say that's what I started, then I put my website together. I started thinking I'm going to do this. And it's not about making money. It's about helping people. And yes, I have to make a living and all that. And I'm finding ways to, I'm motivated to find other ways to be more financially independent. I do have a day job and I'm grateful for that. But the wellness and the helping other people is my primary, that's really what I want to put most of my time towards. And so, but the biggest thing about what I want to do through my healing is what I found talking to people and even just going for my own healing sessions is what resonates deep with me is connection with people, connecting. And I think there's a very big lack of human connecting out there. And that's a big problem. I think technology is a big plus, but the disconnect on that is I find when I sit down and talk to somebody face to face, or even if it's FaceTime, as long as there's some visual, I feel there's that connection that you make when I see the expression on people's faces or the energy I feel when we're connecting. It's better than medicine. It's better than anything else. And then when you're connecting with someone who's actually gone through the same experience, maybe not the details aren't the same, but when I've seen people, when I'm talking about what I went through, what I did, it resonates because they know it's truth, it's experience. And therapy is great. Believe me, I've gone to plenty of therapists and it's all good. There's nothing wrong with counseling and all that other stuff. But, you can tell the ones that have gone through that kind of experience, awakening, that journey, that spiritual, like I'm looking for, more what in life, you can tell the ones who are, they're kind of giving you information on the conscious level, not on the subconscious level, not on the spiritual, the mindfulness, that sort of stuff. And when I talk to people, they can tell that I have.
Right. I call that presence, Donna, and you've worked a lot on that. I call that presence. That's exactly what that's exactly, it's the energy, it's the authenticity, it's all of those things combined, and the delivery of the message, right?
Yes.
So, which is exactly why you're on this show, Healing Body, Mind, and Soul, because it's not just about consciously getting stuff. It's about putting into practice all of these things and bringing, really bringing the resonance of your soul forward. And I'm here in California, and there is such a movement of heart-centered entrepreneurs. But what's interesting is heart-centered our entrepreneurs are sort of runaway healers, right? There's not the mind connected to that, and mind, body, soul, to me, it needs to be the whole thing, right?
It needs corporate, it smells of corporate money making kind of thing to me. It doesn't resonate with me, and you hit that right on the head of it's all interconnected. And I tell people that I talk to, that it's you can't just focus on one thing. Everything is interconnected. The spirit, the mind, the body, the emotions, it's all, you can't work on one and not the other, because
I totally agree. I have been really using, because, it's really about presentation too. It's about what are people looking for. And so self-care, people are finally starting to look for self-care, believe it or not. Like for years I've been in this business, and now we're talking business, but for years I've been in this business, and people said, oh, self-care. And that's something that they sort of poo-pooed. And now it's a hot topic, it's like self-care is in.
It is.
And self-care used to be like, oh, whatever, that's all fine, that takes care of itself, or it's pampering, or it's something like that. But for me, I have just launched a new, spiritual, emotional life force, SELF, self. It's
Oh, nice.
all about that whole life force energy and bringing your presence of your whole soul forward, really embodying soulful energy. And I think that you are a great example of somebody who's living like that, Donna. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that
I'm all about self-care, and I'll tell you what, this is one thing that you had asked me if I had a tip, or, you know, something I always say. I definitely always say self-care is, you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself, it's not selfish, it's selfless. You need to do it, because if you aren't right, if you aren't taking care of yourself, you're no good to anyone else. And I also say that, you know, that goes hand in hand with part of that self-care is finding stillness somewhere. I don't care if you want to call it meditation time, if you want to call it I just want to go take a time out. Find that every day, whether it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and sit in silence, put some headsets on, listen to a guided meditation, whatever that is. But that's where it starts, because that's where you're going to tap into your authentic self and your soul. And that's where you're going to start to get you're going to start to build up your inner, you know, your intuition, and that's going to guide you.
Right. If you don't spend time with yourself, then you're not going to have a relationship with yourself. Yeah. It's like,
you're going to just keep going around in circles.
Right. Yeah. Well, Donna, you know, it's so exciting to talk to you. I totally think that we're on the same page. And would you just go ahead and tell our audience how they can contact you? Please give us your website address, or tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Yes. So I am, I made a point, and this is something I've been talking about doing, is getting the website out, so I can, you know, get this going and start getting out there and helping, more and more people, and giving them a way to access information about me and what I'm doing, and the services I provide. So the website is, www.lotus, as the flower, creations.com. That's all one word, lotuscocreations.com. If you want to email me, here's a super long email address, if you can remember, is Donna, Donna Bluemle, B as in boy, Lue, M as in Mary, Le, Shenk, S as in Sam, HENK as in kite.com. So that's Donna Bluemle Shenk.com. Or at gmail.com.
Awesome.
My apologies.
Oh, at gmail.com.
Yeah.
So your full name at gmail.com or lotuscocreations.com. And I imagine they can probably email you from your site if they can find you.
And the site will roll, just so they know. You may go there now and it'll just be a homepage. It's under construction, but my goal is to have that official and accessible by the end of the year, if not January 1. And then
awesome. That's great.
Get me that way for sure once it's live.
So Donna, tell us where you live in the United States.
I live in a cute little town called Peachtree City, Georgia. We're about 25 miles south of Atlanta. They like to call us the bubble. We are.
I wish I live in my own bubble, but yeah. The bubble.
People think of it as a negative, like we're so secluded, but I actually think it's a beautiful, I love that we are in a bubble. It's a beautiful little small community, and you know, like I said, there are no coincidences, and what, you know, long story short, one thing led me here, and I believe that was part of the plan. But this city has surprised me in that there are a lot of healers and like-minded people that I have connected here that I haven't elsewhere. And it's amazing to me every day. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, of all places, this town that I never even heard of.
Well, it's on my list of places to go, Donna, because I know that you and I are not done.
No, you have to come out, and once everything's going, and like I said, with the business, and one of the things of the services is I would love to do like retreat packages as part of my services where I can offer, weekend or whatever you want to do in terms of just escaping and having a retreat and incorporating meditation and mentoring or one-on-one sessions or Reiki healings, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of good things, and it's a great little town. You would love it. It's just,
That's wonderful.
yeah, it's beautiful out here. So
Okay, well, thank you, Donna. Thank you so much
you.
for sharing yourself with our listeners. And thank you so much for tuning in to Healing Body, Mind, and Soul with Aeriol. Stick around for our daily meditation.
Thanks, Aeriol.
Hello, this is Aeriol Asher. Thank you for joining us for Daily Reflections with Aeriol. Today's daily reflection is entitled, I am open to the opportunities that life presents. I am open to the opportunities that life presents. All the opportunities I need to create an amazing life are all around me. I only need to open my eyes and my mind to see all of the glorious opportunities before me. I find comfort in the fact that the world provides all the opportunities I need. My mind is open to these possibilities. I'm sensitized to my goals and immediately spot any opportunities that serve me. When I see an opportunity, I seize it. I avoid allowing good opportunities to slip away. I know that I must make the most of each opportunity if I want to experience life to the fullest. Noticing opportunities only helps if I take advantage of them. I respect the assistance that life is trying to provide me. I show my respect by taking action and showing persistence. My goals help to decide the opportunities that life creates and presents. I am clear on my goals, so I have countless opportunities. I express my gratitude for each and every opportunity each and every day. Today, I'm opening my mind to all the possibilities that exist in the world. I'm committed to aggressively pursuing the best of those possibilities. And I am open to the opportunities that life presents to me today. Self-reflection questions. Question number 1. What is the biggest opportunity I have allowed to slip by? And why did that happen? Question number 2. What are the best opportunities I have available to me right now? Let me repeat that one. What are the best opportunities I have available to me right now? And number 3, what would my life look like in 10 years if I took advantage of all the opportunities I have today? I hope you've enjoyed this daily reflection with Aeriol. This is Aeriol Asher, and I'm wishing you happy healing.